official. I am now sucky at Medal of Honor 2010. It's just been too long since I played this game, and it feels super foreign to me. Hey everybody, this is Meowth. That's right. I haven't played this game in so long that it actually feels weird to me. And you know what I mean by that, of course, is I've gotten used to getting to strafe while, running again. And that's something that I used to get to do in Rainbow Six Lockdown, and had to get used to not being able to do it in this game when I started playing it. Now, of course, I did adjust and ultimately, have a workaround, and by that I mean maybe I would run into an area, jump, and keep my character moving the same direction, and quickly turn and shoot the enemy dead. But again, I didn't have to do that in any of the recent games that we've been playing, so anyway, this game feels just a little bit sluggish to me and I feel encumbered. That doesn't mean that it's not still a great game and that I don't love it just as much as I used to. You might notice I started this game out pretty bad, actually. I'm already a minute in and I'm only 2-2, well that's 3-2. Yeah, it doesn't take me too much longer to blast ahead of everybody and be the best in the game. And of course get my team a comfortable lead. At least I was until I got auto-balanced to the other team, damn it. Way to make me face the momentum I created at the starting of the round. It takes a long time for me to dig my way out of this ditch that I dug at the beginning, and honestly I didn't think I'd be able to do it as bad as I was playing. Just nothing seemed to work at all. So due to my inability to get done what I wanted to get done, I started to play a little bit behind the front lines. And yes, it felt a little bit campy to me. Anyway, once I started to pull back a bit, my support actions did start to build up. And I think I made it to somewhere around 50 kills before I got my cruise. But it does eventually come. So you may be wondering why I'm not able to be comfortable playing this game right now. Because shouldn't my controls be set up the same way as I set up all my other FPS games? Just like Wallguy said we should do in his How to Get Good at Online FPS Games? Absolutely, they definitely are, but Wallguy and myself are the type of people to immerse ourselves in a particular game, and we've been focusing our energy elsewhere into games that feel actually fairly different. You all know we put a ton of time and energy into Medal of Honor Warfighter. Now, I'm not going to sit here and bash that game right now, and I'm even still playing it in spurts. Actually, I gotta say I'm a bit surprised. The other day, the Warfighter servers were down for maintenance for a few hours, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but it seems like they put in a decent amount of work on the matchmaking system. Now, what does that mean? Well, they made it so it will actually take you to the kind of server you picked. So if you pick hotspot, it'll go hotspot. If you pick home run, it'll go home run. And that was pretty awesome because I had never gotten actually to get into a home run server before. Unfortunately, I still didn't get to play the home run mode because at the time that I tried it, there was nobody in any of the servers for it. But I tried 10 times in a row to pick different modes, and 10 times out of 10 it was correct. I was fucking shocked. Of course, all of the other problems have not been eliminated yet, but who knows what they'll do. At least they're working on it. That's a bit of an optimistic statement, and I'm feeling more like a pessimist about this game. Nevertheless, I do intend to still play more Warfighter, and see how it goes while they still support it. Maybe it's just the masochist in me, but who knows? The other game that we're playing that's been dominating the most of our free time when we aren't playing Killing Floor with Mr. Old Bean himself and iRage is Call of Duty Black Ops 2. We still don't have a ton of time in it or anything, but I'm really enjoying it so far, and it's just great how many maps there are, how many different modes there are, and we still haven't seen any of the problems that the console counterparts seem to have. In fact, the only problem I've seen so far in this game, and it's happened to me 3 times so far, is that at times when I try to find a game, it's told me I must be online to play. Now, I'm not sure if they were doing some kind of maintenance or something, and I was just too dumb to figure it out, but it really hasn't happened too often, and it seems like when that's happening, it doesn't last very long. The nice thing is, even though some people on the consoles have been having some issues, the game maker is acknowledging it and working on it. They're not just acting like a certain company with a certain game where they're like, oh, you guys just, must not understand how the game is. There's no problem. They don't treat you like you're completely retarded with it. As much fun as I've been having with the game, though, it is still way too early for me to tell all of you to buy this game. And, it's just because I don't like to make snap decisions. As far as what you can expect to see me posting in the near future, is going to be a nice healthy mix of Medal of Honor 2010 and Black Ops 2 light on the Warfighter. But in order for me to keep posting Medal of Honor 2010, I gotta re-get good. And if we join the game in progress, you'll see I'm still sucking, and it's at this point that I decided to get a little bit campy. So I got lucky with this rocket strike, managed to get 2 kills with it, and I'm playing just a little bit more carefully here. So from that I got to a mortar strike, which I defensived, and it got me some more rockets. Now, I get 2 more kills off these rockets, and then run over here and decide I'm going to try to shoot that guy up, and my aim was just absolute shit. I was all over the place on that guy. But anyway, I run up here, pick off a couple of guys carefully. You'll notice all this is very carefully versus a normal Meowth up-in-your-face style, but that gets me to a missile, and I get lucky with this one here. I get 4 guys, which jumps me up to an artillery strike. Now at this point I wanted to make sure I got it just in the right spot, so that's why I didn't put it in that first place where I thought there were a bunch of guys, and I managed to get 3 kills with it, and again I'm being campy here, so you see why I sort of think this is a terrible round even though the score is kind of good. So I get really lucky with this strafing run here and managed to pull 7 kills, which jumps me up of course to an airstrike. And I thought I was going to place it on the right, but then at the last second I saw all the guys over on the left, so I dropped my airstrike and got 7 more kills with it. So I don't know if there was only 7 guys in this round or what, but for every single support action it seemed like I was getting 7 kills. Now what I'm doing here, and yeah, you see me break from being all campy, but it's because I've decided I've got to die somehow, and that's usually how I end up actually getting comfortable doing good, is just brazenly running in. But anyway, so I can now drop my cruise, which I thought was actually going to be a crap cruise, where it wasn't going to get anybody or maybe even kill me, but I managed to get 7 more kills. Anyway, that gets me up to a rocket, which are defensive, missile these guys, get 4 kills, which, it wasn't great. I thought I was going to get a lot more for, but I did not. By now I figured the game's almost over and I might as well just rush and try to get as many kills as I possibly can by gunfighting, and you see right here, I actually managed to hip fire those 2 guys to death. And since the round was starting to wrap up, I figured I better just go ahead and defensive this support action because I didn't think I'd get to use it otherwise. And I get 2 more kills to finish off the round with my pistol, and you can see that 35 of the kills in the last 2 minutes were on support actions alone compared to the 2-2 I was in the first minute. Just proves that not every high kill game is masterfully done. If I didn't have those support actions, I would have still been 30-9, which would have been better than everybody else, but not good enough for Meowth. Jeez, what a complainer.